Hey there, Portal Fantasy fans. Trading Aloha here, and I've been lucky enough to get my hands on one of the beta passes for the game that just opened today. And let me tell you, I'm already hooked. Portal Fantasy is not your ordinary RPG adventure game. It's an experience that blends both exciting gameplay and a fun and engaging storyline, making it the perfect game for anyone to play. One of the things that makes Portal Fantasy different from other blockchain games is a focus on fun first. The team behind the game spent a lot of their time creating a balanced economy that rewards long-term players and not just speculators. Now let's just jump into the game. As a hero, you get to explore mystical worlds, solve challenging puzzles, and complete some pretty awesome quests. And along the way, you get to capture Porbles as well. Porbles are the little creatures that inhabit the Portal Fantasy universe, and each Porble is a unique NFT asset that you own and can be traded freely across any of your wallets. They got different stats, different rarities, so it's up to you to capture new Porbles and assemble the best team possible. Alright, so let's just jump into the gameplay mechanics. I've been playing for a couple of days now and just trying to get a feel for it and capture some Porbles. It looks like I've got a total of 3 captured right now. Trying to work my way up to 10, and I just kind of wanted to walk through some of the overall gameplay mechanics as we kind of walk around, explore the town, talk to some people, and then we'll go out and try to complete some of the quests. So in Portal Fantasy, you can choose to play as the hero, which you use to explore the game's mystical worlds, capture Porbles, or you can choose to play as an architect, which is basically creating the unique maps that the heroes will use to explore. The Porbles, as we've seen here, every one of them is unique and they have different stats and abilities. So you need to carefully strategize exactly which ones you want to capture, how you want to arrange them during a fight, which ones you use the right elemental advantage to defeat your opponent. And as you progress through the game, and really even the beta, you'll level up your heroes as well as your Porbles, but you'll also be able to find different ones. And it also, as when the actual full game's released, you'll be able to unlock new maps, new quests, and it'll help you explore. So you go through the UI, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can pop open number 1, which will show your inventory, what you have in your battle belt, which is what's available during your fight on an encounter. It'll show you the traits that you have, and then on the left-hand side, we'll show your Porbles with their levels in the top left corner, their current health, which I am all at 0 because I just got wiped by a baddie and a bunch of Porbles before recording this, and then their experience towards their next level. And then you can kind of see the bottom tabs here, which you can click through, which will show you all sorts of your different equipment. I bought some things in the item and at one of the stores just to see how it worked and how it looks on my character. And you can look into your quest book, which will just show you what your main quests are right now. As you can see, I'm still working on going rogue. I haven't finished that one yet. And then if you click the plus sign, you can see I'm trying to save Chuck, going to Trutneck Island to find out what happened to Chuck. And we'll try to do that one here while recording to see how that heads up. And then number 3, that just kind of looks at the Portable UI as well. It tells you exactly what you have. Actually I have 4. I didn't know that I had 4. I must have captured this one late last night. So you can release them, swap them in and out of who's in your inventory. Since Brillia seems to be only level 3, I'm gonna leave her out for now. And then you see their stats on the right hand side with their particular skills, which change depending on which Portal you're looking at with their elemental advantage there. And then we've got the 4th UI, which just shows your hero points, kind of your overall, and then how you can level up. But this will be more detailed and usable when we get out of the beta. Some of the things the team's been adding over the last couple of weeks. So I originally recorded some of this the first couple of days it was released, and there was this potion, this little pool wasn't here, which is a huge help because there was no real way to bring all of your Porbles back to max health after they died. So it was really hard to wait that out or go buy potions using Testnet AVAX to heal them if you got wiped. So now you can just, once you're wiped, you get ported right back here in the city of Valeria, which then you can use the pool to regenerate your Porbal's health, and you can just go right back into exploring the world. And then they added the sparkle effect to the portal here, which this portal is what you use to get pretty much anywhere you want to go as far as places you've opened up. So around the town, you can talk to the townspeople, and some of the interactions are pretty funny. Some of them are regular, some of them are funny, and then, it's just a good time. I mean, I think the team did a really good job having some of these interactions the way that they are throughout the entire game. So I think now the best thing to do is to head over to I don't want to smell your finger. Head over to Trout Neck Island to see if we can find Chuck. So the best way to do that is just jump over in this portal here, and that'll bring up the places that I can go. So right now we are trying to go out to the island to find him. So we just click on that, and you can see it's already saying this is the Find Chuck quest. It costs 10 mana to travel, which you can see I'm 90 out of 100. So we'll click that, and that should bring you back down to 80. All right, so now we're out here. And it's going to tell me the south gate's pulling off the hinges because I have to go down south. So kind of before we kind of walk out that direction. So the Porbles you're going to find are like the ones you see here that you can capture from the Pokemon. You know exactly what that's all about. You go into a fight with them with their low health, and then you use your capture scrolls. And if one of those is successful, which we'll try to do if we find a unique one, you become in one of the ones that you can control. And then the Baddies are special characters that usually control a bunch of Porbles that you fight, kind of like mini bosses along the way. So far, everyone I've encountered has beaten me to a submission, so I think I need to level up my characters a little bit more. There's a lot of puzzles and different ways to use levers and all sorts of things. So you can see this little button appear. If you go out, you'll see a lever here, which you walk up to, hit interact, and you can see open that gate right here. So we've got this stone that if we push all the way back to that button, it should, I believe, open the gate to one of those chests. Yep. And you can just go in there, pop it open, and nothing in there because I think I've already gotten it before. And then we'll kind of continue on our way out here into the battle and see. We'll talk to this guy real quick. Looking for that chubby guard. All right, so he's heading south. So I think this is where I ended up getting my butt kicked, but we'll go ahead and give it a try. So the cup. So here we go. Got the encounter. As you can see here, actually, this is one I don't have. So Pompu, level 7, it's got 44 health, and I've got one of my weaker ones in the front. So we're just going to go ahead, and I think we should be able to beat this guy with 3. He can throw up his shield, so you got different attack options here where you can attack, defend, you can run away, and then once you get enough momentum on your momentum bar, you can go into reckless mode, which basically makes you deal additional damage. So we'll just go ahead and go back and forth here until he gets weak enough, and then we'll hit the capture scroll down here, and then we got his special abilities that we can use, so we'll go ahead and try that. So he's going, this one seems to be pretty defense-based. Yeah, we're gonna rotate one of our other Porbles up to the front, just so we don't get anybody killed. We'll do that now, just in case. So then you can see F and G rotates. We'll just bring F to the front. Attack. Probably do one more. Let's see what happens here. Yep. All right, so we captured him. And that should add him to our list of available Porbles, which he's level 7, so it'll actually be my strongest one. And then at the end of the battle, you get experience and orb that you can use to upgrade as well. And then it should just jump us right back into the map. So the issue is being down, as my health is so low on some of these that I know the baddie at the end is probably going to kick my butt. But we'll just play it through. You kind of got to avoid the traps so you don't get hurt. And then we'll continue on our way. All right, so there's an example of a baddie on the map. That'll be like the mini boss that we have to get past. So I'm going to go ahead and just use some potions to heal up my Porbles, even though I know she's going to kick my butt because I think all of her Porbles are level 8. Okay. All right, let's just see what happens. Maybe we can get lucky. All right, Stella. All right, so he came in swinging and did 18 damage to me already. And he has 3 Porbles. I have 3, but they are all way better than me. So we'll kind of just explore here what happens. I think, yep, I already took out one. And then we'll just revive back in Valeria to start the next segment off a little bit. We'll talk about some other things within Portal Fantasy. And I think the team's done a great job, whether you want to, just choose to be a hero and immerse yourself in the gameplay and the questing and the different things you can do all across the world. And I've only been playing it for a few hours, and I've just been having a lot of fun with it. And I could see that the possibilities are endless. And then when you add in the fact that you could be an architect and you could, if you've got that, map building forte and you've always wanted to try to put something together that people would love, I think this is just a good opportunity to do that. So I can't wait to see, as people choose the architect route, what kind of maps they come up with, and then how the team implements them to make sure the game just continues to have additional hours of fun. Because you might, the team might have a certain way of building maps, but then when you open it to everybody else to build it, you get certain styles that you just wouldn't have if it was just a team building the same kind of maps over and over again. And this gives it a big diversity that you could have. So yep, all my portals are dead. So all the portals have faded, and you wake up in Valeria, you hit E, and you'll be transported right back there where all of your portals are now at 0 health. And that's when you go to the fountain, interact with it, and bang, your team's fully healed. Hopefully in a second. Oh, they're not, because you have to wait for them to actually revive. So good point there. If that does happen and you have to wait for this counter to go down, and once the counter reaches 0, then your portals are awake, and then you can full heal them. So I will have to wait for that to happen, but we'll do that next time. Now we're just going to go try to see if we can complete one of these quests. I think we've got one for out here, just to kind of show you additional gameplay in a different area. So we went over to the desert area, and we have to capture a portal from the gated garden in the Desert of the Lost. So we're going to have to try to find the Desert of the Lost, which is hard to do. I think I've found her a few times. Okay, so that's where we need to go. It looks like the gated garden. Yep. All right, so we're going to have to find our way over there, which I believe there's quite a few traps like these that you have to kind of navigate around. And kind of while we're going out that way, I just wanted to talk, and highlight the fact that, with all the different portals that you can capture, that I fell in the hole. But they're all going to be freely tradable. So they'll all be NFT assets that you can buy, sell, and trade on all the marketplaces, which I think is great. So it continues to add the fact that you can have another benefit of having NFT assets. So, games like Pokemon, where you can own the assets, but that's basically all you can do with them. At least now you can trade them, your favorite ones. Hopefully I'm not staying too close to the spike. I'm gonna go ahead and, do I need to do that one? I don't think I need. So we're just gonna keep on going and see if we can get our way over to the gated garden. If I remember the way over there. Encounter. So let's see if we can catch the unique portal here. No, we already have Leo back, so we'll just try to win this one. So another thing I kind of wanted to mention as we kind of work our way through this encounter here is, portals have all sorts of different stats, and it made up from constitution, vigor, tenacity, spirit, fortitude, and dexterity. And all those really affect exactly how a portal's hit points, attack power, defense power, special attack, and special defense powers are added. And also attack speed is included in there too. So there's a ton of different combinations that you can have when it comes to each individual portal. And outside of just, portals having different types, like there's water, fire, Gaia, lightning, dark, and light, different types of portals. Within those, there's also 4 different kinds of rarities. So there's common, uncommon, rare, and legendary. So if you kind of think of all the potential combinations of all of those things, there's just an unlimited amount of combinations you could have. So it keeps the game interesting. You never know what you're going to find, what you're going to encounter, what you can capture. It looks like I'm kicking this guy's butt, but he keeps healing. So we'll just beat him into submission here. One more should do it. All right. We don't need to capture him because we already have a Leo bat, and I'm trying to get 10 unique ones to kind of build out my collection. All right. So let's continue on our way to see if we can get over there. I don't really remember the way there, so hopefully this is it. I don't really get the trust. I'm gonna keep on going. Probably get into another encounter. So that's probably another example of a baddie potentially, but we will, let's see what happens. Yep, here he comes. Just want to drink of water, but she's not gonna let me do it. All right, so let's see what he's brought. Okay, so he's brought 1, and I think so fish be a little bit easier than the last one that kind of beat us down. So we'll just go ahead and power through this one. So the one thing you can't do is you can't, oops, I meant to stay in reckless, but you cannot capture a portal during, that was quite the attack. So we're just gonna rotate to the front because I want to keep this going without any of my portals dying. Apparently that's gonna happen either way. Uh-oh. All right, so Leobat got no experience because he died. And then the other 2 get respective amounts. All right, so you get the buff for finding the fountain, but unfortunately, let's go ahead and see how long it's going to take. So about another minute, we'll have our Porble wake up, but since there's no fountain, we're going to have to heal him with one of our potions. Might as well do it to him while we're here before we get into another encounter, because we don't want to run into somebody. I don't think we want to go, well, I'll probably have to pull that lever, but we'll wait for him to wake up. So that's basically the breakdown of how it works when you encounter a baddie. You'll enter the counter, and he'll have a certain number of portals under his control, and you just got to beat all his portals until you defeat him. So that's how that works. I've been beaten quite a few times when they have 3 and they're all level 8, and mine are only level 6 and 7. So, overall, I mean, the game is pretty immersive. It keeps me engaged. The conversations are pretty funny through some of the NPCs. So I do like the fact that, they mix up a lot of humor into the game. It just keeps it fun, just keeps it funny. So hopefully you can capture some unique Porbles as well and have fun playing the game when it comes out, or if you're lucky enough to get into beta, the team has been opening it up quite a bit more. So I hope some of you got a chance to give this a playthrough and give the team some feedback, because they are taking a lot of their feedback from players and making some of these changes, like they already did earlier with adding the health heal in Valeria for when you're teleported back there. You can get full heal so you can get back to the game faster, and just adding little UI improvements that just help make the game easier to understand and easier to flow. So it's just more fun and engaging. So hopefully this has been helpful. I look forward to trying to get 10, and I will keep trying to put out some of these clips as they keep improving the beta. So I appreciate you for listening. Thank you.